In this video, we'll be taking a look at what the modifier stack is in 3ds Max. Here I have a well-tessellated cube or tower, and I will switch to the modify menu where I will find the modifier stack here. You'll see the modifier list above it and the stack below it. What the modifier stack is, the workflow is very simple. It allows you to add modifiers or ways of changing or adjusting your object, and it keeps a track of it, these procedures, these modifiers, in the stack in a procedural way. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of modifiers, which I can do through the modifier list. We'll go ahead and add a bend modifier, and then I will go ahead and add a twist modifier, which is a little bit off the screen that you can see at the bottom of that menu. Now I've got a twist and a bend, and clicking on the modifier gives me access to the parameters of that modifier. And in short, I can change these parameters quite easily by selecting them in the stack and adjusting them in their parameters. Here I can see I've bent and twisted my object. And you'll notice that the bend goes on the box first, so the procedure of the bend happens first, and then the procedure of the twist happens next. To reorder the procedures, the modifiers, I can simply select and move by clicking and dragging. So now the twist is happening first and the bend is happening next. In the modifier stack, I can remove either of the modifiers by selecting them and clicking on the little trash icon to remove that modifier entirely. I'll go ahead and I'll undo that action so I get my modifier back. And let's try removing the twist. Let's get my twist back, and I can get rid of the bend. Let's undo and get those modifiers back there. Now to commit this shape, let's say I'm happy with this shape and I no longer want the modifiers in my stack, all I need to do is right click in the modifier stack and select collapse all. What this will do is change that object to having no modifiers. It gives me a warning because it's a serious affair. If you get rid of your modifiers, you won't have access to changing them at a later time. I'll go ahead and click yes, and I will see that this object now no longer has any modifiers. As a matter of fact, when I collapse the modifiers to create this twisted and bent shape, it has created an editable mesh automatically. And the editable mesh, its different selection modes from vertice all the way to element and polygon, is also selectable and viewable in the modifier stack itself. So you'll be doing quite a bit of your work in the modifier stack, and it's a part of the UI and the workflow that you'll get used to very quickly. In this video, we took a quick look at what the modifier stack is and what it does in your 3ds Max experience.